in another place, but only one in all of Judea.
And that one is still 3 days' march away in Syria.
When Pilate arrives, if this rebellion continues as it has been, it will be trouble for us.
Divius, I say to you, it should have been I out there instead of Draconius, trying to squelch this crowd.
I agree, but it's too late now. We have to rely on his limited abilities to bring things into order.
He's new to the city. He's never been around during these feasts. There are more people now in Jerusalem than he's ever seen. He's clearly not qualified.
I agree. Hail, Pilate! Welcome!
Welcome! Dare to say to me welcome! I've already been forced to make an all-night ride from Caesarea a week before the Passover as it is. And now some aide wakes me up in the middle of the night, insisting that I try this carpenter's son from Galilee who feigns himself the Son of God. And you say to me, welcome! How many cohorts did I leave in Jerusalem to keep order in the Passover this year?
2, Excellency.
And 2 cohorts are the most powerful army in the world, and you cannot keep together a bunch of religious fanatics because of one Jesus of Nazareth!
Conus is even now attempting to bring things under control with one of the cohorts.
His attempts, from what I hear in the streets, seem meager at best. What about the other cohort?
The other cohort is here guarding the fortress.
Guarding the fortress, Antonia. Divius, how many years does it take to train a legion?
5 years, Excellency.
5 years! The most powerful army in the world. We can conquer Carthage, Gaul, Britannia, Spain. We can't even keep control of a bunch of religious fanatics and protect our own garrison here in Jerusalem. My horse could have done a better job. And to add to the embarrassment and exacerbate the situation, we have a most distinguished guest in our presence, Sir Lucius Aelius Sejanus, sent from Tiberius himself. I was about to introduce him as the head of the Praetorian Guard, but I believe we had a dispatch, Dennis, this week that he has been promoted, and I believe to chief counsel to Tiberius himself. You do us a great honor. To toast you, I would like to quote Tacitus, one of our Roman historians who recently wrote of you. And I quote, "The man who was close to Sejanus is a friend of the emperor."
But the emperor is not pleased. Your inept handling of this situation has made it all the way back to Rome.
And no doubt by Caiaphas and his toadies. But you see, you must recollect that I abide in Caesarea, except for the Jerusalem Passover. So the reason for the ineptitude lies across the room. But let me assure you this, that the said ineptitude that our divine Tiberius had heard about will not exist at this time next year, because these 2 gentlemen are going to be demoted to galley slaves!
Your Excellency, the Lady Claudia.
Claudia? What brings you here this hour of the night?
Pilate, are you holding a Galilean prisoner within these walls?
Yes.
The carpenter's son called Jesus?
Yes, but I assure you it's no concern of yours.
But it has become my concern.
Oh, really? How so?
Tonight, I suffered greatly in a dream because of him. Pilate, he's innocent. Have nothing to do with that man.
It's a curious thing, my heart, that I'm not aware of any mandates that have come from Tiberius this week, Dennis, that all of a sudden procurators take orders for the provinces from their wives.
Pilate, if you condemn that innocent man, Roman justice will be dealt a blow for which it will never recover.
Enough! You go too far, Claudia. You always go too far. And perhaps I do need to fear this Galilean. If he can even influence Caesar's daughter. Leave us.
Beware, my husband. If you condemn that Jesus, it will be recorded throughout history that he suffered under Pontius Pilate
Excellency, do you take her words for prophecy?
Prophecy. Women's fantasies. Zacchaeus, you're a slave, are you not?
Yes, sir.
Isn't the price of a slave these days in Jerusalem, common slave, 30 pieces of silver?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Lucius Gaius Delius.
Ever your devoted officer, humbled by your trust, sir.
You presume too much. Tribune of tribunes, legionnaire of legionnaires, council of councils, Pilate's aide in my absence. Did I or did I not hear correctly that this carpenter's son from Galilee, who feigns himself, and I can barely bring myself to say it, the Son of God, that he was handed over to the members of the Sanhedrin by one of his own for the price of a common slave?
Yes, 30 pieces of silver.
I must say, as out of control as things appear to be, I couldn't have planned it better myself, except that Barabbas goes free to kill more of my officers, and Jesus goes to the cross, though we found no fault in him. Gibeus, you were there with me when we interrogated him on the stone pavement. I forget what the Jews call it.
Gabbatha, Excellency.
Yes, Gabbatha. Forgive my insensitivities. 3 times I interrogated, found no cause. I said, shall I crucify your king? To which they retorted,
We have no king but Caesar.
ah! Same Jews, when I put emblems of Caesar in their temple, they reported me. I told them, see to it yourselves. I wash my hands of the blood of this innocent man. Know what they said to me? His blood be on us and our children. Gentlemen, we must ask ourselves the question, and I fear that the fate of the empire hinges on our reply. What if this Jesus is who he says he is? Rome's days are numbered. My days are numbered. Sentry.
Sir.
Show these people what happens to those who defy the authority of Rome.
Yes, Pilate. All of you, on your feet! Quickly, follow me!
Dennis, send a dispatch immediately to His Eminence the Governor of Syria, alias